Okay, I think, yeah, there we go. I can see the little green thing in the bottom now, so it means my microphone is working. I just did literally like half an hour stream earlier, and the entire time my microphone wasn't working. Um, yeah, let's get started really. So my name is Toby Talia. I've been a software developer for the past 14 years. I've been writing code for the past 14 years, and I've been working for like big companies, working on payment applications, working on um, HR, HCMs, and maybe even some defense contracts. And yeah, in the past 9 months, I've been essentially getting really involved with AI in terms of using for my business. So my business right now is an AI consulting business, but before this, I was doing deal sourcing, and for that, obviously it's very time intensive, really. So what I do is I ended up essentially learning AI, but using AI in the business in order to create automations for essentially marketing, mainly for marketing, to be honest, really. And yeah, and so now I've because as I was doing that, I kind of realized that I actually enjoyed more the AI stuff a bit more. Just because I come from a kind of coding development background, from a tech background, I think yeah, tech is where I want to be. So I kind of moved away from deal sourcing. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed making tools. So a few of the tools I made. One of them was that it's like an AI essentially ads marketing kind of pipeline where it does research for your ads on on public forums, and then to find like pain points for your ideal customers, and the dream outcomes, and then it uses that feeds that in. There's comparison between obviously your ads, the research you found, and then it also looks through Meta's ad library, to get find other ads as well, like in your niche, and then essentially it uses that in order to um, produce new ads for you that it thinks is going to perform well. And it was it had like its own feedback loop. So every day, it would just essentially take the results from the ads, put that back in, and then just go over and over again, really. Um, but yeah, and yeah, it was really good. And I also had a part of it where I would give it feedback on the leads I was getting, and then you would use that in order to work out um, like what kind of leads the ads are bringing in, whether they're qualified or not, and so on, really. And that was one of my products. The other thing I made for myself was a social media kind of editing tool, making short form clips, which I was making for my deal sourcing business. And essentially, even if you make mistakes and all that kind of stuff, you just put that clip in, or put that video in, and then it will essentially cut out all silences, add captions, add animations, add zooms, and some kind of sound effects and all that kind of stuff. Really. And yeah, I really enjoy making it. And it's even something like I actually hand it to my clients to use as well. And then get them do some testing and then give me some feedback, and I can update it. Um, so yeah, that's essentially what my background is. So right now, we're basically on part three of making like an AI deal analyzer that can essentially find you properties and then do the analysis on those properties for you on your behalf. So on part one, what we did was we um, got Claude's co-working tool in order to browse through Rightmove, find and for each of the properties, go into the sold section, go through pictures and that kind of stuff in order to essentially analyze the property, and then figure out the estimated sold price and so on, really. And then now we know that obviously Claude can do that. We want to make our own product that will do it with very limited need for Claude or AI, really. Obviously, you will need some kind of AI, especially for the photo analysis side of it. But I think for a lot of stuff, I don't think you need it too much. You just need the AI in order to figure out the condition of the property, essentially. So yeah, so that's the tool I'm making right now. So in part two, we made a plugin on Chrome that puts like an overlay on properties on Rightmove. That once you feed it kind of rent estimates, it'll doing like analysis for you. And then today, the plan to kind of take like one step further and have the plugin, go through and analyze the properties for you really. So yeah, let's get that done. Essentially, it sounds like yeah. Okay, there we go. So if I share my screen, so what's it doing right now? It's essentially going through on here. Or it's essentially, I think, essentially it's testing out the extension and then see what we can do with it. That's what's it's happening right now. Should be good. So yeah, it's one of the interesting things I've found, especially today from using a Claude setter. Sometimes if there's a big overload on people using AI or Claude all the time, you get a 529 response, which I got it for the first time today, which means that I think Claude's being bombarded a lot right now at this time. It's probably the reason why. Yeah, give me 529. Hang on. Give me 1 second. My battery on my laptop is about to die, so let me just get that in. There we go. Yeah, so interesting. So I'm having technical issues right now. There we go. Hopefully that should work. Cool. Let me try this again. Sorry about that. I think when I plug my laptop charger in, I think it just because I'm sharing the screen obviously with this external monitor at the moment. Yeah, I think it's confused it. That should be fine. So yeah, so right now, as I was saying, I'm getting close to it adds some like an extra feature. So it does some rand evaluations and so on with its properties. And right now at this stage, I don't want it to do that. And so I kind of just took away some of the complexities just because, it's best to, in the beginning, when you're trying to make a product, just to make it do one thing and then one thing great, and then you can use that to build out on top. So it wouldn't be difficult to add on rent comparisons and working on cash flows and so on later on. But like right now, I just wanted to give me like a sold price, a GDV kind of analysis really. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Um, oh, it looks like it's even found a bug within its own code. Interesting. That's really good to see. Um, right, comparisons working into an. I think this potential really. You know, obviously right now I haven't got to a point where it can scroll through right move and properties and stuff for you, but once you're doing that, I think it will be really good. So yeah, definitely will be really interesting. And this is literally like a third day in. And bear in mind, if you just count only the hours that I've been working on this, which is every time I've been going live, then it's literally just 3 hours of work so far. That obviously I'm not doing. The AI is doing for me in order to develop this tool. And yeah, I feel like we made some really good progress. Really. Okay, let's see how that goes. Um, okay. So yeah, um, yeah, I really do feel like I need some kind of background music, to be honest. Really, this is the thing. Obviously, working with AI kind of thing. You are asking to do things, and then you're just waiting around for a while for it to get things done. To be honest, really, obviously, because it's so clever. Obviously, it can do things in the background for you. But yeah, there we go. Things finally done. So it's done some testing. Um, yeah, so it's removed. So for the initial plugin, it was giving like a badge, like a verdict badge. So it was telling you if this was a good property deal or not. Again, it's not. It wasn't something I asked you to do, so I asked to remove it. Really, obviously something we can put in later on, but right now that's more of a the nice to have at the end. To be honest, not something we need right now. Yeah, so it's like refund cost. Everything was really good, and then comparison from two free sources, land registry, and then right moves on sold prices. Nice. Okay, amazing. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to scroll through right move slowly. So um, I'm going to change this to Fable. Use a bit more of a higher model. I've got enough tokens left, so yeah, use a bit more of a higher model in order to get this working. So okay, interesting. Hello. Okay, so I want the extension to be able to scroll through each of the properties, on move, and just output the sold price. Make me a plan to achieve this. So last time I asked Claude to create this kind of thing for me, it did push back a bit, saying that you can't control browsers and all that kind of stuff, but obviously you can, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue doing this at all, really. Floor button plan. I've noticed. I don't know if they've changed some stuff around with Claude recently, but it's giving me like so much writing here on the way he's thinking on that kind of stuff. I still don't really want this, to be honest with you. I wanted to kind of get more straight to the point, and I think they're making some updates in the background. Um, I don't know. So, which page should it scroll through, and what does sold price mean? Current page only. Yes, auto pattern 8. Copy list. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just asked to give me a plan. It's outputting so much. I don't know why it's doing this essentially. Um, so yeah, I want the extension to be able to kind of just scroll through right move stuff. So the plan on one breath, verify each listing, serve, sweep sold prices endpoint, extension, floating, floating panel, one row per property, testing M6 search. Wanted to do that analysis for each of the listing in the main. I'm just going to move to the main in the buy section for Rightmove. Ask me any questions as needed, and then add to the plan. I think I am being quite vague with saying analysis. So kind of worried actually. So it might try and look at it in the sense that he's going to try and yeah go live. He's trying to like use like random comparisons kind of thing, really. Content buy section means the result page search. Yes, the result stage. During bulk sweep, where does each result sweep for grid come from? It is assume one. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have the assume right now is like one default grade, and then we can add in photo AI analysis in a bit. So keep deal for me moves then the locked. Only do one property for now. Sort of a margin best. Yeah, it's fine. Alrighty. Again, it's trying to like think to the endpoint and then give me proper I don't know, full form solution really. It's not really what I want. So there you go. It's come back to me. So full GDV analysis per listing. Um, was it? All right. Give me an implementation plan that Sonnet 5 can use. I'm gonna have it. Yeah, just give me like a detailed plan, really, so that I can have the lower models use it. Um, I suppose maybe I could potentially have the server, if the plugin can't browse through the site, I could potentially have the server kind of open up certain pages based on what the plugin feeds it. It could be possible actually. Another thing we can figure it out. Mm, mm, The thing is, like, yeah, I'm seeing that obviously it's giving me a, a bunch of text and stuff. Or I don't know. It just essentially what it's thinking about. Now I do wonder, maybe like feedback from the Claude Goat or Anthropic Goat from Claude's side was that maybe people saying that, oh, with this new model, obviously they just sitting around waiting there for a while. They don't know what it's doing, so maybe that's what gave a lot of big feedback. I might, I think at some point later on, I might update the program file so that it doesn't give this output and it just gets straight to the point. If it's something that we can control, just have to see. It's insane. I think honestly, I feel like, obviously we're working with AI content. I think most of the time is spent just trying to have conversations, trying to figure out what you want to get kind of thing really. Before you even start building anything, I've been doing this for like about 50 minutes now, and we still haven't built any products or anything. I'm still getting it to give me a plan and trying to do that, which takes a bit of time really. I think I would love to maybe as a bit of a side project just to push AI and see what it can do. Maybe just, I don't know, get to build me like a really cool looking 3D website or something. And I'm just being good through social media of people, what they use Claude for. And there's one where I think this person made a like a maybe like a fast food or like a burger chain website where, but when you scroll down, all it does is it kind of expands the burger, go through the ingredients, and then get to the point where obviously it talks about the burgers kind of really. It looks really cool. Obviously, it's not practical, but it looks really cool. All right, so 5, and then say uh, and say execute property. There we go. Let's execute. Mm. Okay, there we go. I'll try and do that. So obviously I've asked to create a plan, but I'm not sure it completely understood me. I'm not sure if it's going to. I mean, yeah, so it's controlling the browser right now. It's looking through things, but I'm not sure that created is the one that's going to be doing all of this. That's the plugin, by the way. That's how it's looking right now. Or the extension, let's say. But I want to. I want to kind of have the extension do all of this rather than. Oh, okay, it's done controlling the browser. Interesting. Maybe yeah, maybe it was just clicking the browser to understand. We're on sweep task 4, which is basically of 4, 5, and 6. It's going to do all that together, which is essentially extracting the shared comparisons comps helper and adding the district level LR cache and build new route. Okay, do it. Net fetch language response, so rules nearby postcodes. I love the fact that land registry has a free API in order to get like nearby postcodes and that kind of stuff. That's very interesting, really. And I wonder like how they control it because surely if you give it a free public access API, then everyone's going to be hitting it. Surely they'll get hit quite a lot. I was trying to think what's the next thing I can do with this. Um, I guess yes, nice to have this thinking process. Obviously, I guess if it's taking a while for to do something, then maybe it's nice that it gives this thinking process out loud, so that people can just I don't know have a light read before while it does work in the background. And keep an eye on my limit. That's gone up really fast. I think for this project I need to add some kind of like a like token construction restricting kind of tools really, so that it doesn't use so much in one go. Yeah, just start building that in because obviously it's taking a while. I think Claude's co-work does use a lot of tokens in order to get it working. That's probably why. It's insane. Like you probably use maybe all your 5 hours worth of tokens in like I don't know an hour or like half an hour. It's insane. But I gotta start putting stuff in order to start restricting it. Otherwise, yeah, it's gonna get way overblown. There's a tool called Grapify, which essentially creates like nodes around your project, your code base, so that it's easier to um, navigate your code continuity and understand it better, which should bring down the amount of tokens being used. I think I also need to do compression reasons as well. I might put something in called to say that uh, you know every time I do like, give it a command or something, or maybe at the end of the command, things such as do so like instruct me to compress so that I can save on tokens. I think I'm gonna ask you to do that so that rather than me trying to guess or me trying to, yeah, guess, it can just use that to kind of figure out actually, oh yeah, you don't need all of this context right now. You just need the last few bits. So let's just compress everything down. which should be really good. Can't preview in a dev server. I'm skipping the preview. I do wonder if it's. I might. If there's any tokens left at the end, I might potentially maybe create some kind of infographic for this, uh, or some kind of tool explaining how it works. Really, I think that'd be really interesting. Um, yeah, there's a tool called Notebook LLM, and I've been told it's really good for creating infographics. So I need to figure out how it works. Really, I've used it before, to create podcasts, yeah, to generate podcasts based on the topics you give it. But yeah, apparently it's been really good for infographics too. All right, I'll just look it up actually. Notebook LLM. Let's see what it can do. It's a researching tool. Interesting. I think it's changed a lot since last time I worked with it. Although it seems kind of, yeah, I mean, maybe not too much. You give it some sources and then it kind of does the analysis for you. Study guide. Um, and then you can, yeah, it generates an audio thing for you as well. With my Claude subscription right now, I'm only on the Pro plan, so I think it's around like maybe £20 a month, maybe just a bit under. But there are it's the next level up, kind of goes up to like £100 a month really, and it's not something I need right now. I mean, obviously I should get into it, but the issue is, yeah, you should be paying for things that you need really. But I think it gives like 5 times the amount of allowances, so I think it might be worth getting into it, just so like I don't run out. Yeah, using the max plan. Okay. Yeah, it's still doing its thing. It's still working. Um, I mean, this is normally at the point where I would just leave it like to kind of get on with it. Which I guess that was one of the best things about AI is that you can just leave it. I know I've mentioned before that saying that yeah, like weird things. Obviously, you're talking for it and then you wait for it to be done. But you can, let's say, if you give it like maybe some kind of chunky enough task, you can wait for it to just let it get on with it while you do other things. Really, you can basically multitask, and then come back to it, look through it, where you see where you are right now, see where you want to be, and then carry on. Essentially, okay, so it started controlling browser again. Some go through things. Nice. It's preparing to inject content.js file direct code since it's already self-contained. That can run immediately. Though I noticed the current tab still has. Okay, fair enough. I think yeah, it looks like the address bar does provide the filter that you can put on really. So maybe there's a good way to kind of get around on some kinds of systems. Why the rent panel is still showing. Toby has manually reloaded the extension since my edits, and Chrome doesn't auto refresh content scripts. Okay. Okay, so I think it looks like it's made changes to the extension, but obviously you can't see the changes because it hasn't made any refresh yet. And yeah, I think it looks like it's just gonna he literally used my name and thinking to itself. Um, the real extension was using its own isolated Chrome object the whole time. The stable vent panel is a sign that Toby needs to reload the extension. Okay, is it going to do that for me? Or go and do it? Um, what text needs genuine use gesture, which okay. I'm not right now. Not 100% sure what it's doing. Um, I think it's analyzing the pipeline. It's trying to figure it out. It's fair enough. Um, if it needs me to refresh, so obviously the extension is not changed. I can do that. Um, Chrome. So there was a. There we go. Now it's been reloaded. Let's see how this goes. Refresh. There we go. Nice. Let's remove the rent part of it and stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's also been reload. So I have to reload it. Um, so yeah, I'll say I have reloaded. Before you carry on, is the extension able to through right move you did before you carry on? How does the extension do the analysis? Come on, how does the extension do the analysis? So step-wise extraction, the content. So let's try to understand. Yeah, how does the extension work right now? Ready? So extraction, the content script reads the property data embedded in the page itself. Fair enough. So syntax, no fake browsing for each listing to get the price. Okay, and then hands off the local server. Okay, then content scripts can't call localhost from boxes, so the message is sent to 127. Okay, fair enough. Um, and then the comps gathering server side. So for the listed postcode, it pulls sold price from two free sources: HTML, the land registry, and any right move sold prices you've previously captured for that area. Ah, okay. So it's I think it's using the sold price for that area, which is something I don't want. I wanted to go to the sold price section on Rightmove, so I need to ask it. Okay. For step 4, I want this. Want the extension to go to the sold prices on Rightmove. Search up the area and then start doing analysis on the properties to find me comps. There we go. I don't think I want it to be relied on. Obviously, with this plugin or with this extension, um, obviously anyone should be able to come and pick it up and use it on any of the areas. And it's kind of relying on if you already done it once yourself and got some comms, then it's going to use that. I don't want it to do that really. So let's see what it comes back with. The subject extension should only capture pages the user has already navigated to, never open pages on its own. Um, you click a button per postcode and it opens the whole page on a new tab, waits for it to load, extracts comms and returns one. Fully on. There we go. Let's do the fully automated one. Might switch to Fable in order to we're getting close to the limit. I'll leave it for a bit. Okay, I think we are getting close to the total limit. So we have made some progress today in terms of trying to get Claude to understand more about exactly what you're looking for. But in terms of the next steps of trying to still actually get it to work and do things, I think we might still be. I mean, yeah, it's creating a plan for us. It's good. Um, Potentially, I can get it to implement the plan as well. Hopefully, and then once you can do that, then we can move on to the next stage. I think by the end of the session, I don't think I am where I ideally wanted to be. I think I wanted to have the extension literally, try and scroll through, right, move everything really. It hasn't got to that point. It's still a button on a page you click on, and then it kind of sends stuff to the back end, and then that uses it on its own knowledge, and then some APIs to get things working. But it's not exactly what I want, to be honest. So yeah, I think even for comparisons, I might even add a sold subject to contract. Obviously, property being sold subject to contract that doesn't mean that's the estimated value of the property, but you can still, if someone has bid on it, but also you don't know the price that someone's estimated on it. So let's say property is put on the market for 200 and it's on subject to contract for 150. You're not going to know that until the property's been sold, essentially. And then maybe we are getting close to the. Also, with these token limits, I need to figure out if there's something I can do where when we get close to the token limit, maybe I can, I don't know, run off some tasks, something that would run in the background. That's not a bad shout actually. So when I get close to the token limit, I can ask Claude to create some kind of set tasks that can be done at night, and then all I would need to do is maybe kick that off, and then have a scheduled task that runs at night, and that just kicks off these tasks really. And then obviously when it reaches the token limit, or when it gets close to reaching token limit, it um, forms, yeah, I don't know, maybe creates another task again, and then 5 hours later, it kicks that off. It's not a bad shout actually. I might look into doing that. And if it's 1.5, then it might, even for the whole 5 hours, it might actually start doing things. Um, yeah, I might consider it. I mean, right now it might be a bit of a minimal thing in the sense that um, so let's say Claude only has to do a few more things before it can carry on. Oh yeah, before we kind of obviously complete the mates for me, but then I ran out of tokens. I can just get it to do it at 1 a.m. It's not a kind of things that maybe not right now, but it's something to add for the future. Yeah, we're at 94% right now. I don't think we're going to be able to create things. I think it's creating things, or it might be it might be implementing potentially, or it's creating a plan. I'm not sure. No, it looks like it is implementing. That's good. That's a good sign. With this agency, I need to figure out actually if I can get it to a point where once the task runs, obviously it creates a new agent, a new test, a scheduled task, to execute certain things. But then once that's done, maybe it'll create another scheduled task, and then afterwards it kills its own task or something. Because I don't want it. Let's say if I keep running it for a few days, I don't want it to be doing things. I don't know. I don't want it to um, just keep creating agents over and over that doesn't do anything. And that's just in the background. Unless you could have essentially maybe two agents, one for every. Oh, it's not a bad shot potentially. Okay, and we have hit. Um, yeah, I think that's it really. So yeah, we got to the point where we are starting to implement some things. So yeah, let's leave it at that. Um, yeah, we'll tune in tomorrow, and then for I guess part four of getting this done, and maybe the goal we had for today, we can potentially get it done, do it tomorrow. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, well, I'll yeah see you all tomorrow. But thank you.